What is something these 4 plants have in common? They are all living in what used to be candles. You can turn an old candle into a planter too. This candle is ready to be turned into a planter. I'm going to show you how. So to turn this little candle into a planter, we're going to start by getting the excess wax out of the container. You're going to need an adult to help you with this. Set a pot halfway full of boiling water on the stove. Once the water is boiling, gently place the candle inside. The wax will quickly start to melt. Using tongs, carefully pour out the wax. Make sure you get it all. Then, using tongs, take out the part that holds the wick. Remove any excess packaging if you want. Then give it a quick scrub to make sure all the wax is out, and you're ready to plant. Fill with soil, and voila! Hey everyone, part 2 of using household things to make planters. This was a can of soup. I'm turning it into a planter. Step 1, make sure you wash it out. You don't want any leftover tomato soup in there. Step 2 is optional, but in garden class I have talked about how it's possible that plants can have too much water. So for this, I'm going to try to make a hole in the bottom so that there's some drainage. So if it has too much water, it'll drain out the bottom. I'm going to use a screwdriver and a hammer. The next step is to fill it with soil. Fill it all the way to the top. We're going to plant some chocolate mint, which I cut from our garden, brought home, propagated in water for a week, and it grew its own roots. Next I take a little stick I found in the yard and I make a hole in the soil so that the roots have space. Now I'm going to gently place our little mint plant in as far down as the uppermost roots go, and then I'm going to cover it up, fill in the hole, and kind of just tamp down the soil a bit. I might need to add a little bit more soil on top now. Ta-da! Now we're just going to give it a little bit of water. And that's plenty. You can do the same thing at home with any old can of soup or beans, and there's many different herbs that you can propagate. So I've used the word propagate a lot now, but what exactly does that mean? In garden, we may have talked about how flowers help plants reproduce by getting pollinated. However, not all plants need flowers to reproduce and make new plants. And that's basically what propagation is. Taking part of an old plant and turning it into a new plant. Here are all the propagation experiments I have going on right now. Chocolate mint, which I just planted in the Progresso can. Lemon balm, also from the garden, has started growing new roots. So here I'm propagating stems, but here I'm propagating a leaf from a succulent. As you can see, it's already started to grow a new plant from the leaf. Carrot tops will also start to sprout new leaves if you put them in water. Carrots are also roots. Another root example, onion. Sage and rosemary I only started a couple days ago.